where's our breeze?
Welcome.
What?
This is the 5th concert of our summer season, and I think things I found lead me to believe this is the 10th or 11th year that we've had this joint concert with Palmyra-Eagle Community Band. We enjoy it, and we welcome them, and hope you'll welcome them too. If we keep growing like this, we'll be bringing in the bulldozers and expanding the bandstand so we can have everybody.
Put on a second level.
This is a great challenge to have to figure out if we've got enough room for everybody up on the stage. And we do, but barely. So we welcome. Oh, and I forgot to mention the one who makes it all tick. You know, Jim Nice is the director of the Palmyra-Eagle Band as well. We welcome him too. All right, our joint concerts involve both groups working on a set of music individually and then coming together for one rehearsal to run through the pieces before the concert. We had this final rehearsal Monday night in Palmyra-Eagle High School, and as we move through this program, you're going to notice that some pieces will be led by Jim, some will be led by me. When I mess it up, then Jim will elbow me out of the way and say, let me take care of that. Okay? Now, before we begin, we want to recognize and thank our sponsors for this evening's concert, the Bank of Lake Mills, Remax Community Realty, and Roy Fund. We also want to thank each of you for being here tonight and for your ongoing support of the Lake Mills City Band. Playing for an appreciative audience makes what we do even more enjoyable for us, so thanks. To get things underway, what? Where? Okay. Where are they? Oh. Hi, Dane. Hi, Clara. Hi, Camille. All right. You guys be sure to sing along on this. Here we go with God Bless America.
Mark, it's great.
Thank you. Just say something.
It has to be like that.
100 years ago, a World's Fair was held in Philadelphia to celebrate the 150th anniversary of American independence. Organizers constructed an 80-foot replica of the Liberty Bell covered in 26,000 light bulbs at the gateway to the festival, which lasted for 6 months. America's March King, John Philip Sousa, was commissioned to compose a march at the request of the exposition's officials. Sousa was the leader of the Marine Band for 12 years and directed the civilian band for almost 40 years. He wrote at least 136 marches, several operettas and light orchestral works, as well as works of literature. It is fitting that we celebrate the semi-quincentennial birthday of our nation as we pay homage to John Philip Sousa's sesquicentennial exposition march. This is sesquicentennial exposition march.
Where's our heart?
Didn't do that. Yeah, I go.
Watching us maneuver up here is a little extra entertainment for you. Our next selection celebrates one of America's greatest march composers. You're going to hear quite a few marches tonight, and that's something that concert bands and bands in the park, bandstands in the park, we often have and hear, and it's about being appreciated. I love those marches. This is written by Carl King, and while John Philip Sousa is often called the March King, Carl King earned place alongside him by composing more than 180 marches, many of them while leading circus bands that were traveling all across the country. Hometown Boy is one of King's most spirited and tuneful marches. King dedicated it to his friend Meredith Willson, who is best known as the author of the popular Broadway musical, The Music Man. So we hope you enjoy Hometown Boy March.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that?
Please
Yeah.
don't. Please don't. Moved on our legs.
We have a real treat in store for you. How many of you remember the lovable clown Red Skelton? Remember him? Born in 1914, he was the son of a former circus clown and cleaning woman and grew up in the world of vaudeville shows. He worked as an actor on Broadway, radio, film, nightclubs, and casinos before starring in his own television show, The Red Skelton Hour, which ran from 1951 to 1971. Red delighted audiences with his silly characters, including Clem Hopper, George Appleby, and the Seagulls Gertrude and Heathcliff. He proudly considered himself a clown and became renowned for his paintings of clowns. What many people don't know, however, is that he had a serious patriotic side as well. On January 14, 1962, he presented a memorable interpretation of the Pledge of Allegiance on his television program. Tonight we are pleased to bring up one of our trombonists, Steve Day, there he is, to read the text written by Red as the band plays Red's composition, Red's White and Blue March. When I was a small boy in Vincennes, Indiana, I heard, I think, one of the most outstanding speeches I ever heard in my life. I think it compares with the Sermon on the Mount, Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, and Socrates' speech to the students. We had just finished reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, and Mr. Laswell, the principal of Vincennes High School, called us all together and he says, boys and girls, I have been listening to you recite the Pledge of Allegiance all semester, and it seems that it has become monotonous to you. Or could it be you do not understand the meaning of each word? If I may, I would like to recite the pledge and give you a definition for each word. I, me, an individual, a committee of one, pledge. Dedicate all of my worldly good to give without self-pity. Allegiance, my love and my devotion. To the flag, our standard, Old Glory, a symbol of courage. And wherever she waves, there is respect, because your loyalty has given her a dignity that shouts, freedom is everybody's job. Of the united, that means we have all come together. States, individual communities that have united into 48 great states. 48 individual communities with pride and dignity and purpose, all divided by imaginary boundaries, yet united to a common cause, and that's love of country, of America. And to the republic, a sovereign state in which power is invested into the representatives chosen by the people to govern. And the government is the people, and it's from the people to the leaders, not from the leaders to the people. For which it stands one nation, meaning so blessed by God. Indivisible, incapable of being divided, with liberty, which is freedom, the right of power for one to live his own life without fears or threats or unsavory retaliation. And justice, the principle and quality of holding the others for all. That means, boys and girls, it's as much your country as pitch and songs. I don't
Never know that there was taking part with that. That's
Right here?
Our next selection is going to take us to the sun-drenched landscapes and lively celebrations in Spain. Although the composer was French, Emmanuel Chagrin, when he wrote España, it was inspired by an extended visit to Spain in the early 1880s. Chagrin was so captivated by the country's music and culture that he created one of the most colorful and energetic orchestral works of the Romantic era. Rather than telling a single story, España is a musical postcard filled with sparkling melodies, infectious dance rhythms, and brilliant orchestral colors. You can almost picture the bustling marketplaces, flamenco dancers, and festive street celebrations as the music unfolds. I think Jim and I look a lot like the flamenco dancers. I'm not sure how we get around each other yet. So we hope you enjoy España Rhapsody.
Our next song features our talented trombone section on Henry Fillmore's playful ragtime piece, Lass's Trombone. Listen and watch as the musicians in the back of the band show off their technical skills on the glissandos that frequently grace this piece. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts for Lass's Trombone. I'll do one more and save David to walk in. We will now pay tribute to those who have given their lives in sacrifice to our country with a song composed for the movie Saving Private Ryan. Composer John Williams worked closely with director Steven Spielberg on the film, set in 1944 in Normandy, France during World War II. It follows a group of soldiers on a mission to locate Private Ryan and bring him home safely after his three brothers had been killed in action. Spielberg is quoted as saying that this song will stand the test of time and honor forever the fallen of this war and possibly all wars. This is Hymn to the Fallen.
You can see on your programs, next piece is one that's familiar to all of you, but before we go there, we have a presentation we'd like to make. Gabby, would you come forward, please? That will not be your best part. Each year, we take a moment during our concert season to recognize and support our graduating seniors, our young musicians who have shown dedication not only to their craft, but also to the city band. It's our tradition to award a scholarship to help further their education and to thank them for the time, talent, and energy they've contributed to this ensemble. This year, we're proud to present the Lake Mill City Band Scholarship to Gabby Dressel. Gabby has been a member of the band for the past 4 years, playing in the percussion section, and quickly became a valued part of the ensemble. She's also served as our librarian for the past year. She will be attending Dartmouth College this fall, where she plans to continue playing in the concert band. In her application, Gabby wrote, "Something that helped me was the amazing leadership and ability of the senior percussionists Karen and Carl. I learned and continue to learn so much from them. Karen's organization and Carl's wonderful technique have captivated and altered the way that I play music in a good way. These reasons keep me coming back to City Band." Gabby, we're incredibly proud of you and thankful for the time you've spent with us. We wish you all the best at Dartmouth, and we hope you'll come back and play with us whenever you can. Please join me in congratulating our scholarship recipient, Gabby Dressel. Don't fall off, Gabby. We had one more brief. There he is. Zach Donnelly would like to say a word or two.
Hello, everyone. Today is a very special day. It just so happens to be my mom's and dad's 32nd anniversary. So congratulations, I love you both.
He's thinking of working in politics, I think. All right, our next selection comes from one of America's great bandmasters, Edwin Franco Goldman. Nope, it doesn't, because I skipped. Sorry about that. Our next selection is one of the happiest and most recognizable tunes ever written. Beer Barrel Polka was composed in Czechoslovakia in 1927 and became an international favorite, filling dance halls, festivals, and celebrations wherever people gathered to enjoy good music. Tonight's arrangement by Bill Moffitt gives a special moment in the spotlight to several of the band's foundation sections, the tubas, bass clarinet, and bari sax. While they're often the ones providing the bass line at the back of the band, tonight they get to be in the spotlight and have the melody and be really cool. So here they are, playing Beer Barrel Polka. If you feel the urge to polka, I would not say okay. All right, here we go. Thank you. Now our next selection comes from one of America's great bandmasters, Edward Franco Goldman. He founded the famous Goldman Band in New York City, brought free outdoor concerts to generations of music lovers in Central Park. Composed in 1928, Cheerio March is every bit as cheerful as its title suggests. The British expression cheerio is a friendly way of saying goodbye or see you again. Goldman filled this march with bright melodies, sparkling rhythms, and infectious sense of optimism. It's the kind of music that seems perfectly at home on a summer evening in the park. And how lucky we are. This can be an audience participation piece. So, and it will be a lot of fun. How, you ask, how do I know it'll be a lot of fun?
How do you know?
because I told you. All right. These are lyrics you can memorize without too much practice. Watch me for the cue when we get to the tree of the march, and it will go la 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 la. See, it's fun. When did I lose control? All right. The second time through the trio, you whistle. Listen for the flute. Same melody, but whistling. All right, here we go. Cheerio.
It's time to celebrate the glam and glistening of the Broadway stage. Composer Irving Berlin's 60-year career in music shaped American popular music for decades. He composed a whopping 1,500 songs, 20 Broadway scores, 15 Hollywood film scores, all of this from a guy who was self-taught and unable to read music fluently. He is an inspiration to the American ethics of determination and hard work. In this medley, we begin with Irving Berlin's Alexander's Ragtime Band and conclude with Putting on the Ritz. This is Irving Berlin from Rags to Ritz.